Hey y'all, welcome back, and today we'll be doing HIP Economics for Unit 1, Paper 2, 2019. Let's get into it. Module 1, Demand and Supply. 1A, list the four factors of production. The four factors of production are land, labor, capital, and enterprise, or entrepreneurship. Part B, Table 1 shows output and costs of production. We have output, which is denoted by Q, total fixed cost, total variable cost, total cost, average fixed cost, average variable cost, average total cost, or average cost, and marginal costs. And these tables are filled out. We had to calculate the missing values to the nearest whole number and calculate the table and complete the table. Part 2 wants us to draw and label the marginal costs, average fixed costs, average variable costs, and average total costs, which we have done. On the y-axis, we have price or cost, and on the x-axis, we have output. Part C discusses two ways in which a firm can achieve economies of scale. Firstly, as production scales up, the firm often benefits from purchasing materials, supplies, or equipment in larger quantities at discounted rates. This bulk buying power allows for negotiating better terms, thus reducing the unit costs. Additionally, increased production often leads to improved operational efficiency and utilization of resources, such as specialized machinery or technology, spreading fixed costs over a larger output. These efficiency gains from optimized processes contribute to lower average costs. Secondly, investing in technology and specialized equipment can enhance productivity as output increases. Automation, for instance, allows for firms to produce more without a proportional increase in labor costs. Specialized machinery tailored to high volume production can increase per unit cost significantly. Also, as output grows, firms can achieve economies of specialization by focusing on specific products or processes. This specialization enables the development of expertise and streamlining of operations, leading to cost reductions. Finally, increased production scale often allows for more efficient marketing and distribution strategies. Higher production levels allow for spreading the fixed costs of advertising and distribution across more units sold, reducing the cost per unit. Furthermore, optimized logistics and transformation systems at higher production levels can achieve economies of scale in distribution. Bulk shipments and optimized routes help in reducing per unit shipping costs, contributing to overall cost savings. Module 2, Market Structure, Market Failure and Intervention. 2A, distinguish between social costs and private costs. Private costs encapsulates expenses directly borne by an individual or company during their actions, encompassing tangible expenses like production costs, labor, materials, and any additional fees incurred exclusively by the individual or entity engaged in a particular activity. On the other hand, social costs extend beyond the scope of the individual or private expenses, reflecting the comprehensive impact of an action on society as a whole. These costs factor in externalities such as environmental degradation, health repercussions, or infrastructural strain, which are not directly borne by the party involved but affect society. We should keep in mind that while private costs are internal to the decision maker, social costs encompass broader consequences that transcend individual boundaries, making them pivotal in assessing the holistic impact of choices on the larger community and environment. Part B, explain how the Hoffmann-Hirschman Index is calculated and interpreted. The Hoffmann-Hirschman Index, HHI, assesses the concentration within a market or industry. Calculating the HHI involves squaring the market share of each firm within the industry and then summing these values. Mathematically, firms express the HHI as the sum of the squares of their market shares. For instance, There are three firms in a market with market shares of 30%, 40%, and 30% respectively. The HHI would be calculated as 30 squared plus 40 squared plus 30 squared, which is equal to 3,400. The resulting index ranges from 0 to 10,000, with higher values indicating greater market concentration. Interpreting the HHI involves understanding its implications for market competitiveness. A lower HHI suggests a more competitive market with numerous firms having relatively equal market share, where a higher HHI signifies a more concentrated market dominated by a few large firms. Antitrust authorities and policymakers often use the HHI to evaluate market competitiveness and the potential for monopolistic behavior. Generally, an HHI below 1500 indicates a competitive market between 1500 and 2500 signals a modern concentration, while anything above 2500 suggests a highly concentrated market. Regulatory bodies scrutinize mergers, acquisitions if the resulting HHI exceeds certain thresholds. This scrutiny aims to prevent monopolistic practices and promote fair competition for the benefit of consumers. And part C, with the aid of a diagram, analyze the effects of a monopoly on society. On the y-axis, we have price, costs, or the revenue curve, if you want to call it like that. And then we have on the x-axis, the quantity. We see that the firm's demand curve is downward sloping, which is also the AR curve, the average revenue. And then we have a steeper curve, the marginal revenue. We also have the AC curve and the MC curve. I mean that the marginal cost curve always cuts the AC curve at its minimum. In the diagram, a monopoly characterizes a single seller dominating the market, exhibiting complete control over a particular product or service supply, while facing a downward sloping demand curve. This situation leads to an output level, Q sub M, where marginal costs intersects with marginal revenue at a quantity significantly lower than what would occur under perfect competition. Consequently, the monopolist charges a price P sub M higher than the competitive equilibrium price P sub C. The area representing consumer surplus diminishes. Fewer units are traded at a higher price, resulting in a deadweight loss, DWL, marked by the triangle between the demand curve and marginal cost curve. Society experiences allocative inefficiency due to the monopolist's ability to restrict output and charge prices higher than the competitive level. Moreover, the monopolist tends to produce where price exceeds marginal costs, leading to a misallocation of resources and reduced overall welfare. Furthermore, the monopolist captures the surplus that, in a competitive market, consumers and producers will otherwise share. The monopolist's control often results in an unequal distribution of wealth, with a significant portion accruing to the monopolistic entity. The accumulation of substantial profits by the monopolists can create disparities in income and wealth, potentially exacerbating societal inequalities. Consequently, resources do not efficiently meet consumers' diverse needs and preferences, diminishing overall social welfare. Moreover, the absence of competitive pressures in a monopoly environment discourages innovation and efficiency gains. Without the threat of market entry or competition, monopolies may lack incentives to invest in research and development, limit cost-saving technologies, or improve product quality. Consequently, technological progress may slow down, hindering societal advancement and potentially stifling economic growth in the long run. In conclusion, the diagrammatic analysis of a monopoly reveals its adverse effects on society. They reduce outputs, higher prices, allocative inefficiency, wealth concentration, and disincentives for innovation, collectively highlighting the detrimental impact on consumer welfare, resource allocation, and societal progress. We should know that policymakers often aim to regulate monopolies or introduce competition to mitigate these negative repercussions and promote a more efficient and equitable market Structure, ensuring better societal outcomes. 3A, Module 3, Distribution Theory. Define each of the following terms. Wage differentials. Wage differentials refers to the variation in the wages earned by individuals or groups within an economy, often due to differences in skills, education, experience, or the nature of the work performed. These differentials can also arise from geographical location, industry, or prevailing market condition. Labor mobility. Labor mobility signifies how easily workers can move between different jobs, occupations, industries, or geographical locations. It encompasses both geographical mobility, the ability to move to areas with better job opportunities, and occupational mobility, the ability to switch between professions or industries. Part B, draw a Lorentz curve and explain how it is used to measure inequality. On the y-axis, we have the percentage share of national income or wealth, and on the x-axis, we have the cumulative percentage of the population that we are talking about, any given population that is. And then the 45-degree line is the LP, the line of perfect equality, and the curve that is the Lorentz curve. The Lorentz curve geographically represents income or wealth distribution within a population. It's a tool to measure inequality by plotting the cumulative proportions of wealth or income held against the cumulative proportion of the population. The curve typically starts at the bottom left corner, representing the cumulative poorest individuals with the lowest income or wealth, and ascends upward to the top right corner, where the wealthiest individuals or households lies. The perfect equality line, also known as the line of perfect equality, represents a scenario where income or wealth is distributed uniformly among the population, forming a diagonal line. The greater the distance between the Lorentz curve and the line of perfect equality, the higher the level of inequality within the population. And part C wants us to assess 3 economic benefits of government interventions in the alleviation of poverty. Firstly, such interventions can spur economic growth by enhancing human capital. Investment in education and healthcare, facilitated by government programs, elevate the skill set and productivity of the population, making the citizens more marketable in the process. Also, educated and healthier individuals are more productive, causing increased output and contributing to overall economic growth. Secondly, these interventions contribute to economic development by creating a more inclusive society that experiences enlargement of choice. Poverty alleviation initiatives, such as social welfare programs or microfinance schemes, empower marginalized communities, enabling them to participate actively in the economy and improve citizens' living standards in the process. This inclusivity fosters entrepreneurship, innovation, and a broader consumer base, stimulating economic development. Lastly, poverty alleviation can generate a fiscal dividend by reducing social costs and increasing revenue streams. As poverty declines, expenditure on healthcare, crime prevention, and social assistance decrease. Simultaneously, increased economic activity generates higher tax revenues for the government. This surplus can be reinvested in further poverty alleviation measures, other critical areas like infrastructure and education, creating a positive feedback loop of economic development. These 3 interconnected benefits underscore the value and importance of government intervention in tackling poverty, not just as a humanitarian endeavor, but as an engine for economic progress, or as a engine for economic progress. And that is it, guys. See you all next time.